Fixing bad audio. Long story short, no matter how much technology you have, no matter how powerful your computer, you can only make a bad recording a little bit better. No matter how much EQ or compression or reverb you add, you can't remove the physical things that are causing a bad recording to be a bad recording. You may be thinking, like, well, what about autotune? Most of the time, autotune's probably being applied, the stuff that you're hearing is being applied to a recording that's already been done in a vocal booth with a great mic and was recorded awesome. Doesn't matter if the person can sing or not, the recording itself was in a better environment, and that really does make a big difference. So if you're tracking your guitars and you're going, my guitars don't sound great, is it my guitar, is it my amp? Recording technique is its own thing. The space you are in, the recording area that you are in, becomes part of your recording because sound bounces all over the place. That's one of the reasons why you'll see the treatment that I have in here, even though this is really just kind of a room where I come to mess around and play, try to focus on making ideas rather than recording. If I do capture that, that's great. But the thing to take away from here is acoustically, the space you are in becomes a part of your recording. Even though I'm speaking now and the microphone's right here, acoustic energy goes everywhere omnidirectionally, meaning equal directions with equal power until it's either impeded upon by some kind of an object like acoustic foam and stuff. Because if not, it just keeps going. And in a room like this, even though I'm speaking here towards the camera, my voice is not only going this way, but it's also resonating and going everywhere else, bouncing all over the room, and then small bits of it, even though it diffuses, bounces back and into the microphone. That's the reason why you'll see vocalists singing in a vocal booth. That way, only the real thing coming from their mouth is being recorded, ideally, and then everything else is either being absorbed or reflected away from the microphone. That is what's going to make a great recording. And that's going to be something you're going to do with like guitar amps as well. So you're going to want your guitar amp in a room or space that does the same thing for your guitar tone as a vocal booth does for a vocalist. Though some rooms sound great, it's one of those things you'll hear in like older recordings, like you can hear the drums, and you can hear a little bit of the room echoing back in. You're hearing the space. So this is to say that no matter how awesome your setup is, you still have to know how to record what you're recording, and the space you're actually in becomes a part of your recordings as well. A great song really starts with great recordings, proper mics, proper gear, and that's just being recorded well. That makes the editing process and adding effects and stuff like that a lot easier, because really you're just making a really good thing even better. And that's why it's important to choose and plan out your steps accordingly so that you're stacking things in your favor and not getting in your own way. So again, technology cannot fix a bad recording. You can hide it with reverb and EQ and compression, but it's still going to suck.